Head of the YTL Group, Francis Yeoh, was voted one of Asia's most successful CEOs last year by Asia Money magazine. He has a reputation for shrewd investments and picking up undervalued assets. When our executive editor Alan Friedman sat down with him, he began by getting his take on the newly appointed Prime Minister in his home country of Malaysia.
The ruling coalition was started by his father, the founding father. And he would not like to be that person in the family that lost the coalition government in history. So I'm quite sure he's going to work his guts out. And I'm quite sure also he is surrounded by Kim Chan types, the Blue Ocean strategist people. And people like us will back him up to the tilt. If he takes the courage, do the right things, bold Blue Ocean strategies, do 4 or 5 stuff that can fire the imagination of the people of this country. And 4 years is an eternity in politics. He could make it.
2 quick questions about America. One, what do you think of Obama's $800 billion stimulus program? Is it enough?
No, I think it's not enough because the issues are very, very big. But I do agree with Obama's broad strategy, and that is to invest a lot of this money in communications, like WiMAX type of communication. After all, he got voted in by the Facebook and all these kind of new technologies that got him in. He would understand all of that. This is where America, Google's type can continue to thrive. And secondly is infrastructure. While Japan, they always accused of building a bridge to nowhere. Americans have not spent money on infrastructure, on their railroads, on their roads. And they could build infrastructure and they could give that a big boost. So I would say with all the knocking of all this plan, 2 of them at least are focused, and I think that can work.
What's your forecast? I mean, some people would go so far as to say large parts of America are actually bankrupt, but they don't want to admit it. I'm not just talking about banks. What's your view, seen from Asia, of where America is going and what that means for you in Asia?
Yeah, we hope America recovers and all of that, but I think at the end of the day, people are always very emotional and overshoot their emotions. I think America has, in a nutshell, a strong economic base. They have got a strong intellectual capital. And if they do not participate in myopism and close and get and this isolation and inward-looking policies, America will still get out of this rut faster than any other economy. And I still believe, notwithstanding what people are knocking America, they will get out of this in a couple of years.
What about world stock markets? Do you think with the Dow Jones somewhere between 7,000 and 8,000 and London and the whole world still down in the gutter, you think we've reached the lows, or you think it's going to get worse?
No, I think fundamentally this is a huge problem. I think the American economy have to re-gear, the public sector have to re-gear. While traditionally American economy was okay, the government only get 50% of the GDP, they have to do 300% now. So a lot of paper printing. So this again will introduce a new dynamic of the US dollar valuation in the future. So put it all together, I think one of the more compelling reasons to invest in London or in Australia today is the implosion of the pound. So if you buy assets, British assets or Australian assets, there's a chance that the currency will appreciate someday in the future. And I'm seeing yields in different businesses very attractive. And some of them are above 10%. And the last time yields like that, like in real estate, 10% or 8% yields is when the interest rate was 15%. So something is really gone asymmetrical in the world economy, and there's totally a lack of logic and thinking now. There's a lot of opportunities.